So what happens at this point? Sorry, I just got a message that came up. Does anyone know, right in the chat, if you know what that Confederate flag is or have seen it before? Has anyone seen that Confederate flag before? No, you haven't? Okay. Let's see. I've seen it but can't remember where. Excellent. Okay. So this is a flag, obviously, that is controversial because there's some people in the South that will still use that flag as like kind of a symbol of Southern pride. But obviously you can imagine why some people could think of it as a racist symbol because it was the flag that the Confederates used during the Civil War. You'll obviously see Abraham Lincoln's name a lot. He was the president for the Union. Jefferson Davis, not so much, but he was the only president the Confederacy ever had. We should know the view on slavery at this time. The North wanted to stop the spread of slavery while the South wanted to keep slavery. These are the names of some of the major generals. You'll see all of them at some point, whether it's in a reading, a video, a picture. You'll see all of these names at some point, so I just want you to become familiar with them. The two most important, the ones you definitely need to know without an excuse, is definitely Ulysses Grant for the North and Robert E. Lee from the South. Robert E. Lee from the South was probably the best general in the entire war, and unfortunately, he fought for the South, so that was really unfortunate. Yeah, and Tristan, you're correct. You've probably seen people's video of people holding that flag. So we'll get into that more a little bit later, but this is where the flag comes from. All right, and if you're looking at the video, you'll notice, if you're looking at the screen, you'll notice the two uniforms. The Confederate flag is in this kind of grayish color right here. You see they are full gray color. And then the Union wears this kind of bluish color, dark blue versus gray. When you're looking at pictures, when you're looking at videos of the actual war, they are very similar colors, so sometimes it's confusing to see who's on what side, but the Confederates are in gray and the Union is in blue, okay? With that being said, I want to go to this map really quickly, okay? And this map is just a final look at the breakdown of the Civil War sides and how it kind of breaks down. As you can see, pretty much all the states in this dark blue are Union states. They did not secede, and they did not have slavery. The states in red are all located in the South. They are Confederate states. They seceded, they had their own country, and they had slavery legal. The last group are these four states. These four states are known as the border states. Now, you don't really need to know this for this class, but you will see the name come up, so I'm exposing you to the word. Border states are states that left the country, they're states that did not leave the Union. They did not leave the country, but they still had slavery. All right, so you don't need to write any of this down. I'm just kind of giving you a sense because you're going to see some of these terms as we go through it, okay? So most of the assignment today, you're going to be working on your own. Maybe towards the end, I may have a little bit of a check-in. But let me just break down what's going to go on for class. So in your Google Classroom, that's not you guys. In your Google Classroom, you are going to notice you have a PowerPoint and you have a Google Doc. So let's first start with the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint's where you're going to get most of the information, okay? So if you were taking notes, this would be the focus question, but you don't need to write this down. You are going to look at the Union. What were the Union Army's strengths? What was the strengths of their country? What were they very good at, right? What did they have that was working in their favor? Okay, read through these. Then you're going to look at the Union. What were their weaknesses? What did they not do very well? Why were they not a good military? Why were they going to struggle in this war? Okay, then you're going to do the same thing for the South. What strengths did they have? Okay, what were some things that made them a strong army to fight against and made this a tough war? Okay? And what were some of their weaknesses? What were some points of attack that the North could use against them? At the bottom, you'll see some questions to answer. All I did was I threw them on a Google Doc, so it's nice and easy for you to figure out. Okay? The Google Doc is located here. I think from the example, you should be able to get it. It's very basic to start. There's 11 questions. which side had more supplies? So which side had more guns, more ammunition, right? Which side had a larger population? So what we'll do is, okay, I'm going to use the PowerPoint. So which side had a larger population? So I'm going to go to the PowerPoint. I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at these. I'm going to read through them. I'm going to look for keywords. And then once I get to it, I notice right away, I see that the Union has a greater population. Since they have a bigger population, a larger population, that is going to be the correct answer. So I'm obviously going to highlight the term Union. You're going to do this for the next 10 questions. Which one had more supplies? Which one wanted to stop the spread of slavery? You can use your former notes for that. Which one had a stronger navy? Okay. Answer all these questions. Union, Confederacy, Union, Confederacy. Now, could you do this in 1 minute and do it in the wrong way? Yes, absolutely you could. All right, but you have plenty of time. I have you until 9:53. You have 30 minutes to do something that's probably only going to take you 15 minutes. So take your time, go through it, make sure all the answers are correct. Once you're done with that, you have what's called the analysis questions. The analysis questions go beyond just the stuff you see in the PowerPoint. Now you need to analyze and try and figure out, okay, why does having more soldiers having the North in the war effort, how does that help the North out? All right, so try and come up with some reasons, say, okay, why is this beneficial for certain sides, or why does this hurt certain sides? Okay? So, you are going to do this for the rest of the period, okay? I will be here. I'm going to mute myself. If you need to ask me a question, please ask me a question, but it should be pretty straightforward. If at any point you finish, let me know. I'll tell you what to do next, but you're pretty much going to turn it in. I'm going to check in, and if it's all good, you guys are going to be able to leave a little early. Okay, but don't rush. I will tell in 2 seconds if you didn't do it correctly. All right, any questions? Just unmute yourself and ask, or just write in the chat. Thank you.